Welcome back, you YouTubers. This is Alessandro from ThoseYGOguys. Sorry for the long delay and of course non-video production. Cookie and I, we've been pretty busy with our classes and all, so we really apologize. So I figure to do a video discussing everybody's most loving and most hateful moment, the March 2012 Banlist. Now, of course, we all know that it's not the best list, and some people have already been planning to quit the game. But don't let the decks that weren't hit really turn you away from playing the game. So I'm gonna go by individual cards in each section of the ban list, and we're gonna do a little talk. So without further ado, let's get started. We're gonna get started with the forbidden list cards. So first up, well, actually we're gonna put these two together: Glow Bulb and Spore. Yeah, it was about time plants got it. I mean, really, plants were just ridiculous, and they were pretty much splashable in any decks that's been doing nothing but synchro summoning. So they couldn't decide which to ban, so they decided to ban both, which is kind of weird because it's like you ban one card, then you ban the other. It's like you ban trade-in and you ban all the level 8 monsters. So that's kind of strange, but oh well. Now, Glow Bulb, I understand that it's very splashable in any deck, such as Light Swarms and so on and so forth. Spore, if you're running Plant Heavy Engine, like pretty much the 4-card Plant Engine deck, I mean, it's still very good. And it brings out your synchro monster, at least the ones you want, very easily. Next, we have Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Bearer. Now, this is probably one card that I'm a little bit sad about. Even Cookie, I think Cookie is really upset about Trishula being banned. We know that Trishula is very powerful. It's very, very powerful, and I think it is very powerful. And decks that aren't hit by this list are going to, like, let's just say if Trishula was not banned, he will be really powerful and very hard to get over. So, such as Infinities, for example. I mean, throughout this list, you don't see any Infinity cards. So far, yeah, their Infinity launcher has been limited, but they still have like 3 Infinity Mirage, and the Infinity General, which TCG does not have, but you'll see that in any Infinity deck in the OCG format. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful, and it just wrecks so many decks whenever it comes out in the right timing. I mean, you can remove from play certain decks that rely on certain cards, like to be in the graveyard, such as Insectors. Just get rid of that Hornet. Or Dark Worlds, get rid of that Grapha. Or I don't know, any decks. It's just like, holy crud, this is ridiculous. But pretty much throughout this list is pretty much about promoting XYZs. Yeah. So you're just taking another of that extra deck card just to make room for more XCs. And whoops, sorry about that. And I don't know. I understand what Konami's doing. They're trying to promote their own products and all that, but and of course XCs are very powerful, but to be honest, taking out an extra deck card just to make room for XCs is but understandable for Konami's part. They're trying to make money. I mean, that's pretty much this whole entire ban list business is all about. Make money, not democracy. I mean, if you haven't figured it out, Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely not democracy. It's all about money. So next card of the next and last card of the forbidden list is Trap Dust Shoot. I think this is like by far the most common card of everyone's prediction. Trap Dust Shoot. If you've been Trap Dust Shoot, like your opponent Trap Dust Shoot you and that kind of stuff, yeah, chances of losing the entire game is extremely high, if not 100%. So it's like an awesome turn one card to have. It's like, okay, I'm going to set this card and play these cards. Turn. Your opponent draws, has 6 cards. Activate Trap Dust Shoot. And yeah. And plus, they get to look at your hand. And then using that knowledge, they'll be like, okay, I'm just going to play accordingly to the contents in your hand. So, yeah. You don't like that. So, Trap Dust Shoot, bye. Even though I enjoy playing you, but you're too powerful. Now to the limited section, or aka the restriction cards. These cards are, you can only run 1 per deck. Like, run 1, that's it. And of course, forbidden cards, if you haven't figured it out, you can't use them in any decks. Period. But back to the restriction list. Sorry about that. Up first, we got TG Striker. Yes, TGs, like plans, there are also another archetype that are very splashable, promoting synchro summoning like crazy, but not as ridiculous as plants. But they're still very powerful. I mean, you've seen, like, if you've been paying attention to OCG, TG agents were pretty much the dominant force one of the dominant force decks early and mid OCG, and then not much happens later on because now you have windups and insectors and Rabbit Logia decks started to dominate, but still it's there in the late September 2011 format list, but it's still around. Pretty much TG Striker is a Cyber Dragon effect like level 2 tuner monster that can monster cycle another TG monster whenever it dies. Like, okay, you dark hole it, you kill in battle, wherever, it's there. So it just promotes instant sinking and all that. And it's kind of strange because guess what? If you have been under a rock in the YCS Atlanta, guess what tops? TGs. Which I guess is a nice closer for them. Well, I understand why they limited this. You sync instantaneously and put together with like the agents and all that. Yeah, it's very, very, very powerful. And last but not least, we have the Age of Mystery Earth. I'm a little bit 50-50 with this card, I'll be honest with you. I understand, yeah, agents needed to get hit, the agent engine. But to be honest, I was expecting Venus to be limited over Earth. But it's the other way around. Now this is what bothers me, what a lot of people have been saying, like Earth is Stratos. A little bit of it, yes, but not completely. I mean, Stratos and Earth are like, there's a big gap between them. Stratos, you can use his effect when it's normal summon or special summon. Whereas Earth is only normal summon. Plus, Stratos, you can search him with emergency call, Rhoda, so on and so forth. Plus, when you normal summon him, it branches out even more for more heroes such as Elemental Heroes, Destiny Heroes, Evil Heroes, so on and so forth. Whereas Earth is very specific. Like, okay, I normal summon Earth. I'm going to select an agent monster, which most likely going to be Venus because it's pretty much the most commonly used agent monster other than Earth being run. Maybe Jupiter, but that's very rare to run into. You don't see Jupiter that often. But I don't know. I mean, it has a 1,000 attack points, and a lot of monsters can get over. And with Honest at 1, the chances of your opponent trying to fire back or somebody fire back Honest with the Earth is very slim. But it is possible. I've done it before with my TG Agents deck, but oh well. But to be honest, to be honest, yeah. Well, anyways, truthfully, I really don't think Earth needs to go that far down. There's no really other search engine for agents besides Earth. And, like, other decks have a lot of search engines, but, well, even Earth at 1, even TG Striker at 1 as well, TG agents are still alive. I was looking through this weekend, well, actually today, and this past weekend when OCG is practicing the new Banlist, and surprisingly, TG agents are still alive. And I was like, holy cow. How do they survive after just being 1-1? And I was like, okay, sweet. Sadly, the OCG decks are running like Maxis and card D, which a new card, sorry, not car, but it's a new card coming out in Galactic Overlord. So we'll get to that part later as well, but yes, TG agents are still alive, so I'm not complaining. So I'm happy. Unfortunately, Maxis now and TCG's E. Can't really afford. I'm just praying for a reprint soon. But anyways, I think that's enough about the restriction list. Now let's get on to the semi-restriction list. Alright, we have Marshmallow on 2. Now this is what Winky is so happy about. He has like a fairy deck that does nothing but counter and stall. His win condition is pretty much deck your opponent out. That's it. Deck your opponent out and just sit there and laugh at you. Yeah, it's a very mean deck. But it's what does this mean? They're trying to bring back Burn deck, since as you can see, level limit area B is also going up into 2. I really don't know if Chamber is going to come up, but if you're going to see a Chaos Control deck, yes, you're going to see like 3 Spirit Reapers, 2 Marshmallows, and not a lot of decks have a lot of destructive power, and if you don't have that much destructive power, it gets very annoying. Plus, even if they're in the graveyard, once they're there, they can just use them as a banish fodder for BLS or Chaos Sorcerer. So either way, it wouldn't matter. So it's very interesting. I don't mind about burn decks. In fact, it's been so long since I last seen a burn deck topped. I think the last one I've seen was like the Tempest Magician spell counter burn deck. That was probably the last time I've seen a burn deck so good. But anyways, enough of that. Moving on to the next part of the list. Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner. Yes, Lightsworn got another big plus. Now, does that mean Lightsworns are going to become a dominant force? Now don't get me wrong, Lightsworns are very good. They're very good, they're very powerful. But when it compares with the other big decks that are around, it's plus, let's keep in mind the random factor, the milling effect. you don't know what's gonna get milled. I mean, one time when Winky and I are in a multi-duel, and Darius, who plays Twilight deck, you've seen him in action like a few months ago. I think it was through Luminous effect. Huh, what coincidence. He milled the top 3 cards, and all 3 were solar recharge, and we were like, wow, that burns. Yeah, it was very sad. That was probably the best milling I've seen so far. No. Actually, I take that back. I think, no, is it? Oh well. Anyways, I think that's about enough about Lumina. But anyways, Lightsworns are still, I mean, right now Lightsworns are now a cheap deck to make. I mean, they reprinted so many of them. JD is in Legendary Collections too, and Raw Mega Yellow Pack. Jane, same thing, and plus in the Dragons Collide structure deck, which you can get Raiko, Lila, and Jane. And also in Legendary Collections too, you can also get Garth. Let's see who else is necessary. Then Gold Series 4. Oh wait, back to the Legendaries Collection 2. You can also get Necrogarna. Completely forgot about him. Is there anyone else that I'm missing? Oh yeah, Dragons Collide. You get Charger Life Brigade. And yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding you. I mean, there's just so many reprints that is not even funny. Like, you can build a very cheap Lightsworn deck. And trust me, Lightsworns are very good. I mean, sure, they're not like the big tier 1 decks like that everyone's gonna put right now, like Wind-Ups, Insectors, and Dimensional Logia deck, or those Rabbit Logia decks. You know who I'm talking about. Yes, it's not like that, but I will. It's still a good deck. So don't turn away from Lightsworns. Up next we have Emergency Teleport. Now, if you remember from last Banlist, the September 2011 Banlist, they banned Mind Master, which is the most important psychic searcher for the deck. Now that he's gone, psychics were pretty much shut down, and now in this format, Konami feels a little bit generous and gives psychics Emergency Teleport. Now that's a pretty good plus, and I will admit, it's a quick play spell card that you can special summon one. I think I don't remember. I think it's level 4 or level 3 or below. It's been a while since I last saw that card. Please forgive me if I'm getting a little bit inaccurate. But you just special summon one psychic monster. You know, 3 or 4 level 3 or 4, whichever one. And until the end phase, by the end phase, that psychic monster you just special summon gets banished, which most likely you're going to do something with that psychic monster, either by exceeding or sinking. So, either way, it's like, okay. So that's a big plus for psychics. Up next we have Shine Smoke Signal. Now, we remember that 6 Samurais are, according to many people, 6 Samurais were dead until all of a sudden this one guy who topped in Mexico with 6 Samurais just right out of the blue. I mean, even caught my attention. I was like, holy crud, really? 6 Samurais topped? Wow. I think this extra Shion Smoke Signal is going to help. Definitely. So, people, quit trashing 6 Samurais. I mean, even though I don't enjoy playing against 6 Samurais that much, but I mean, it's durable. You can side deck against it and that kind of stuff. Plus, I kind of want the deck just get out of the way from being trashed at. I mean, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing comments people saying, it's dead, it's garbage, la la la. No, it's not. It's good. I mean, as long as they got the right cards, they're good still. Up next, we have Level Limit Area B. I already explained to you with Marshmallow. Maybe trying to bring back Chain Burn deck, probably, or something else. But it's also promoting XYZs. This is one of those cards that, yeah. And since XYZs does not have XYZ monsters don't have a level, and don't have levels, they won't be affected. So it's like, okay, sure, whatever. So, who knows? Maybe. Now, Torrential Tribute at 2. Okay. I don't remember a point in time before this list that Torrential Tribute ever been at 2 or more. I really don't remember. I mean, it's like, wow. But since they didn't hit any of the wind-ups and all that stuff, I guess this is our answer. Like, yeah, they're gonna start swarming. We're just gonna have to blow up this entire field. I mean, monster side wise, because yeah, you don't want to deal with all that crazy stuff. So, lots of heavy nuking going on in this format. I mean, we got Dark Hole, we got 3 JDs, we got 2 Torrential, 1 Heavy Storm. Did I mention Dark Hole? I hope I did. If I haven't, Dark Hole, of course. Yeah, lots of other stuff. So, who knows? Does it mean, like, Starlight Road, anyone? No. Maybe if you're one of those anti-meta deck player like Gravekeepers, then yeah, I can see that. But anyways, up next we have Ultimate Offering. Now, if you've been paying attention to OZG once again, you might notice that there's an Offering Gadget deck that does. You just summon a gadget, you get this other gadget from your deck to your hand, then you play Ultimate Offering, or activate Ultimate Offering, pay your 500 life points, get an extra summon with your gadget, get another gadget to your hand, play another 500 life points to bring out that other gadget, and again. And then you exceed. So, I know what you're going to ask me. So, Alessandro, why are they going to hit that card if it helps promoting XYZs? I thought this list is all about promoting XYZs. Well, yeah, but if you see what's coming up in the near future, there is a lot of good rank 4 monsters. I mean, the stuff that we have is like, okay, good. Trust me, there are going to be a lot of good rank 4s. So, keep an eye out for them. They're pretty good. So, I guess they had to tie little screws around that one. And, of course, the last card, the semi-restriction list, which is probably the one card that people were saying, this list is fake, there's no way they could ban a TCG exclusive card. They've done it before. Hey, you remember Allure of Darkness? Yeah. They did it again. History repeats itself. Reborn Tengu is at 2. And for good riddance, really. I hate that thing so much. No offense, anybody who runs Reborn Tengu is just... it gets annoying, really. And plus, it promotes sinking too much. This pretty much this whole list is about. It's just, we can synchro summon and promote exceeding and all that. And what I like about Reborn Tengu going at 2, think about, you remember Destiny Hero Malicious? I mean, his effect is very, very situational depending on, yeah, he needs to be in my graveyard, okay. And then you have to remove it to bring out another one. Yeah. Whereas Reborn Tengu, regardless of whatever's going to happen to him on the field, as long as he gets removed from the field by any means, you're getting another Reborn Tengu, and it's just silly and it's plain stupid. Plus, I'm kind of glad that Pot of Avarice went down to 1, which I kind of like Pot of Avarice, but with Reborn Tengu, that's not fun. And especially the new XYZ ruling. Because if it wasn't for that XYZ new ruling, Reborn Tengu would have been long gone. Because it would be stupid. But, anyways, next time when you think about TCG exclusive card cannot be hit, think about Reborn Tengu. What happened to him? Yes, I want that to carve down to your I want that to carve down to your mind. So, think. Reborn Tengu got hit. So can any other TCG exclusive card. And last but not least, no longer restricted, Call of the Haunted. Now a lot of people are thinking, well, gee, that's going to make Insectors super powerful. Yeah, that's true, but it also helps other decks as well. So don't think it's just all about Insectors, Windups, and Rabbit Logia. I mean, it also helps other decks that needs to special summon out from the graveyard. So think of I don't know. Think of the deck that does need to special summon from the graveyard. I don't know exactly. My mind's a little bit derping right now, but yeah, just think about it. Don't think about the big decks right now. Just think about the viability that you can use with Call of the Haunted. Plus, with Call of the Haunted at 3 and 3 MSTs, it's just okay. That works. So throughout this list, yeah, it's not like the world's best list, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, hey, TG Agent players, look. TG Agent are still going. It may not be the same magnitude as it was back in the last format list, but I mean, it's still there. Now, you can convert your TG Agents deck to Chaos Agents deck or any other variant Agent deck, that's fine. Or you can keep your TG Agents deck and just go along with it. I mean, don't think like one Striker, one Earth is like the end of the world. So, yeah. Let's see. Lightsworn's got a big plus, of course. Psychics are getting a big plus, so you can also build a Psychic deck if you think the law cards are just too expensive, you don't know what to run. You can take a look into Psychic. Same with Lightsworns. Six Samurais, same thing. Maybe a little bit costlier than Psychics, and a bit more costlier than a bit costlier. Sorry, I'm messing up my grammar, really. Sorry about that. Yeah. Or, let's see. So, what are going to be the big decks that everyone's going to expect? Well, of course, as many people expected, Rabbit Logia, Insectors, and Windups. They're going to be the big decks. In OCG, there's also another deck called Hieroglyph deck, which we'll discuss a little bit more about that in the near future, but just letting you know. Let's see, I already covered about TG Agents. Dragons deck, you can also take a look into Dragons. Dragons are very good. In fact, due to this shift of meta, I probably am going to build a Dragons deck, because even though I'm happy that TG Agents are still around, but if I want to go up and play against some competition, like meta-wise, yeah, probably gonna need something more. So I think Dragons might help. So if I'm playing against Windups, especially that awesome Windup loot that everyone seems to love, kind of makes Striped Dust Shoe look a joke, really, in a way. But still, a Trap Dust Shoe is still OP. Let's see. Other than that, let's not take into the negs and let's not think about this whole entire list is all negative. I mean, yeah, it is kind of bummer. I mean, mini decks got hit pretty hard. Plant decks, well, I don't know. There will be another plant deck coming out anytime soon. TG Agent's still alive, of course. I already told you that. Dark World deck is gonna be big, especially with Trishula gone. Dark Worlds are gonna be doing very, very well with this format from the way it looks. And yeah, pretty much don't quit. Like, don't quit completely. I mean, just because his list is not the best player base wise in the world. And I agree. I would like to have a ban list that's based on player base, but overall, you gotta understand, Konami's a business, not like a democratic card game base. So yeah. Other than that, I think that's about it. So don't forget, rate, comment, subscribe. Please, no trolling, because really, I really don't like trolls. And yeah, I think that's about it. So see you later, guys, and keep up to date with the next future videos. I think I'm gonna be reviewing the Galactic Overlord card sets. So take care and stay tuned. See you later, guys. Bye.